Daco in here with Action Figure Times. Hope you've been enjoying Arkham Days. We're continuing it on today. Now today we're actually going to be looking at Detective Mode Batman. And I want to thank Strident, who has some great video reviews of his own. If you haven't seen his channel, go ahead and check it out. Rob's Rogues, who seems like he's just getting started, but really has some kind of cool stuff for his reviews, and I would check it out. And then Carlos Mencino pointed out the other day when I did the Batman Catwoman, and I called it the Detective Mode, and he looked just like this, that this wasn't in fact not a Detective Mode Batman. He was actually artwork Batman right here. And I really, a shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for helping me. You know, sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees and you just go through action figures, you know, like that. But still think it's a cool figure. But personally, if I was Mattel, I would thank me for calling it the Detective Mode Batman, because really, do you really want an action figure called Artwork Batman? I mean, come on. As cool as it is, that's a lame title. But anyway, when I realized I'd made a mistake, I wanted to make sure that you actually got to see the actual Detective Mode Batman. And this one comes from DC Collectibles. Now, from time to time, you'll hear me call DC Collectibles DC Direct, their former name. And especially, there's some videos coming up, you'll hear me say it, because those were already in the can before some of the name changes happened, or I just wasn't thinking of it when I made it. But anyway, I really like what Jim Fletcher and Brandy and DC is doing with this. They've got some really cool stuff coming out. But I wanted to go ahead and hurry up since I had made the mistake. And again, thanks guys for pointing me out. And I really encourage you guys to go take a look at their channel. Now, here we go with Detective Mode Batman. You can see Wonder Tower in the back. It is the Batman packaging. You can see the cowl. This has been kind of a running packaging the way it's been. The only thing that's changed was the insert. You've got that it says right here, he's the Detective Mode Batman. Now, if you want these, this is the first week of June in 2012. They should have arrived at your comic shops within the last 2 to 3 weeks. We also get an accessory here, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. The back actually shows the rest of the figures. Now, this is a Series 2 Arkham City figure. You get the Riddler, Catwoman, Detective Mode Batman, Hush, and then Jervis Tetch, the Mad Hatter, all who are in the Arkham City game. Now, Detective Mode is actually kind of cool in the game. You know, I think it was really ingenious the way they did this when they first opened it up with Arkham City, about how they wanted to show off not only Batman's fighting skills, his stealth skills, but then also the fact that he was a detective. And I really thought that was I think they really did a really good job. Holy crap! Not a Batman! I'll be right back with you. Whew. I was able to get him back on. I thought I was going to have to go into mourning. I know, sometimes I can be a little bit rough with the packaging, but you know, they should stick together. But he did go back together, it just took a little bit of effort. Now here you go guys, you can get a good look at him. Now in the game, when he goes into detective mode, you click, I use an Xbox 360, and so you click the left bumper, and then all of a sudden his detective mode kicks in, and it shows him off color. And so you kind of get this pigmentation and stuff. Obviously, it's far different than the black and white artwork Batman from Mattel. Now, as I look at this figure, I really, the head sculpt I think is awesome. I think they did a great job with that personally. I mean, I think that it's very, very cool. We've seen this belt, and you know, I thought this was the exact same body as infected Bruce, you know what I'm saying? But here's something weird. Here is Detective Bruce, here's Batman. Batman is smaller than Bruce. You know, I put them side to side. I mean, he's smaller. I mean, it's weird. Bruce is almost as tall as him with his bat ears. The body, I don't know, it could be me, it could be the way I'm seeing him, but his body does not look as thick either. The shoulders, but it could be the exact same body. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Maybe it's because of the cowl, you know, because he's got his cowl and stuff, but that is kind of odd to me. It is a different cape. One thing you'll notice is this one's got the furl around the front, this one does not. I'm okay with that. I like my furls on my capes where Batman is concerned. I think that the paint on the belt I think was awesome. I think that's a great looking blue, really, really cool. And you'll be able to see it a little bit more when he's close up. Now you also get the gun that he actually makes in the middle of the, well, not in the middle, at the first part of the game, where he can launch electrical pulses, where you can open and close doors, and you can use it on some guys. That's kind of a cool accessory. I never really thought that we'd get something like that. So far, I kind of like this figure, but let's go ahead and take a look at it close up. Oops. Before we take a look at it close up, I did want to show you that this is the Arkham Asylum Batman, and they are basically, if I can get the feet to go right, they're basically about the same size. Now it is a different figure because the belt's different and things like that. He's definitely thicker. And then this is the Bruce, and I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing to have it like that. But anyway, now let me go ahead and show them to you close up. So here we are looking back at the Detective Mode Batman, the actual Detective Mode Batman. Now again, he does come with his little gun here, the electrical gun that he invented just as he's wandering around the steel mill. Very impressive, you know, but we expect that from Batman. Now, as far as it going into his hand, it does seem to go in there fairly easily. So that's very, very cool. Now, getting back to this figure, I really dig the fact of how they whited the eyes. Now, that is in line with the game and stuff, but it just looks wild. Man, look at that sculpt. Look at the nose. I just think that's excellent. I love the whites of the eyes. Now, another thing that really impressed me about this figure is the paint texturing. I don't know if you can see this. If you really can't see it on the screen, make sure you come to aftimes.com and you can see the pictures up close. But they did a marvelous job in just the way that they textured this paint. I think it's awesome. The paint for the belt, I think, is very, very cool. You know how I like metallic paint, but this is really, I just like the way that they shaded it and everything. Now the gauntlets and things. I don't know that I like the fact that the gloves are so much different than the gauntlets. You would think that they would be about the same material. You know, that's just me. Now, as far as articulation goes, he can kind of go back and forth. Cool boots on him. We've seen the boots before with the Bruce. You know, I think that the difference in size is just the difference in the shape of the head. That's the only thing I can figure. Now, the cape is different. I like the cape better on the Bruce, but this is a nice, you know, it's a decent cape. I'm really still waiting for the cape that comes all the way around him, but I actually really, really like this figure. I hope you've enjoyed looking at him. Now, if you come to aftimes.com, you'll be able to see him compared to the other Batmans in the series, especially, and then some with Mattel, including the artwork Batman. Anyway, this is Doc Owen with Action Figure Times, reminding you to be extraordinary. Make sure you come to the website. We're going to have some prizes we're going to be giving away. In fact, we're going to be giving away this figure in package. And if you come to the website, you'll be able to find out a little bit more about it.